Hi, I am so excited to be here and share my new offering with you. The space and the time has come to finally offer what you've been asking for, what you've been requesting, what feels like is ready to be out there in the world, and the opportunity is really now. The requests have long been to have a community space to come together. And for so long, I just loved doing the individual work, getting to know people and working so deeply, really focusing and honing in on your energy, right? And so it feels like that's evolved in such a way that there is a desire or a need or a necessity to have something a little bit more, to come into communion, to integrate and come together as a collective, to create a community of people who are invested in healing in a relational framework, in a community container, with others who are of like mind. So often when we do this work, what we are doing is we are kind of leaving who we were, and we're not that any longer, but we're not yet who we are becoming. And so we get lost, right? We lose relationships. We feel disconnected. We don't resonate any longer with people who were in our life, but we haven't quite met the people who are coming. And so it feels really important for this reason as well. Just coming together with like-minded souls who are seekers, who are wanting to improve their lives, who are wanting to ground in, who appreciate perhaps the different type of healing and psychology that is offered here in this space with me. They're drawn to the uniqueness of what that is in a holistic or integrative or functional way. They want to experience it. Maybe it's that you haven't experienced this work yet personally. You've been a observer of the work. You've followed my post. You've liked that. You've been curious about what it would be like to work in this way and heal in this way. But you haven't made the leap because you're not quite sure what it would look like. Or you're not ready to make the investment in yourself for a myriad of reasons. And so it feels like a really worthy time to step into this in a way that will allow you to sample what the work would look like, what being in my field would feel like, what doing healing sessions with me might entail. Any curiosity about that always comes to the surface when I'm introducing this work, because it's kind of hard to conceptualize entirely what this is, because it's not one thing and there's no one modality. There's not a specific sequence of trainings that we go through. It's very, very attuned. And so you never know what's going to emerge. And I love working in that way that's so individuated and personal, and the psycho individuality that emerges as you connect with any one person or any family system or any couple is so unique and special that I really like to capture that. And another thing is, this community space feels like it's so important because there are so many people who have done the work with me. They've graduated. They maybe don't need the same level of intensity or investment that they had before, but they want to continue to stay in the realm of this work and the energy and just tap in and have a place to do this in a lighter way. And so those are all people that I am imagining will come and that have expressed interest in being here. And so I finally want to offer this collective experience where I'm holding sacred circle for you. Your intentions step forward. We always anchor the practice every month. There's such a need, I think, for us to our lives get so busy. I know it's happened to me. I know I can only imagine, other people. I see it all the time. We're just so busy and it's hard to make space or do the self-honoring thing for ourselves. And so it feels like once a month we can come together and you can show up, you can carve out this time, you can plan for it, you can save 90 minutes of your day You can sit with this very intentional group in this very sacred circle. You can lay before you any arms, any weapons that you're carrying that have burdened you, that are disallowing you from really being who you want to be. And you can be held in this space that maybe it ends up being some coaching that you get, some healing. Maybe there's a consciousness, there's guidance, if you're willing to step forward with vulnerability and either be held or witnessed. Sometimes we just get those messages by witnessing others and what their experience is. But if you are willing to step forward, then you can really experience the magic and the medicine of this work, of my practice, of how I work, and how we can heal in a different way that's unconventional to the traditional psychology realm. Not that that's not baked in there. There certainly is all the understanding and the behavioral analysis and those patterns that we always carry into our sessions, but it will be so much more expansive than that. And it really feels like the time that expanding into this community, working together in communion with other souls who are seeking something similar, who might be struggling in similar ways. How can we learn from them? How can we hold space for them? How can we be witnesses to this work? How can we learn what it is to hold space for others so that we can carry that back into our own lives? It just feels really, really, really important. And I can't put it off any longer. I myself need to carve space to make time to do this. My greatest mission in this work and in myself really is to provide access to as many people as possible who want to learn about this, who are eager to learn, who are eager to heal in this way, who are curious about it, who sense that there might be something valuable and real here. I want everyone who wants that to have access to it. And so this is the space that I can do it, because so often the work, we go so deeply and invest so deeply with individuals in the practice and the work that it doesn't leave a lot of space, right, for this container. But now really feels like the time. Again, we've gotten so disconnected, so isolated, so separate, so out of touch in some ways with our humanity, with our hearts, with our souls, that it's so important that we find a space of collective souls where we can come together and really understand this from a super conscious place, where we can become the version of ourselves that we want to be, that everyone and anyone is welcome. And so if you want to come and you're curious about this and it resonates and it feels like this would be a space for you, you make the time for it. And if you can't come that month, you can receive the recording. But I hope, my intention, my vision is that you come. And of course, you're welcome just to come once, but how is it that the energy builds and grows as you come each month and you commit to this work, you commit to this space, you commit to the other souls who are here. And really you commit to yourself to just be in this real parallel process, this self-honoring space that you're giving yourself time to really become who you want to become. Also, in the busyness of life, it's so hard to become that if we're not intentional and investing in it actively, passionately, deeply. And so to not really grab that and utilize the opportunity, we'll miss it. And time will, the years will tick by, the months will go by, the weeks will go by, and we just won't be any different. And I really believe we change the world by changing ourselves. And so if you're an activist, if you desire to change the world, I really, really believe that has to start with you. If you haven't done your own inner work, if you haven't self-reflected, if you haven't been able to really witness yourself and come out on the other end of that, the best and highest version of yourself, then there's work to do. And you owe it to yourself, but you also owe it to your partners and your children and your family systems and your coworkers and your businesses. You owe it to yourself to really become that version of you that you've always wanted to become. And so here's a space that's available, that I will be holding the container, that I will be your guide, that I will offer you my best and my wisest advice. I will offer you my wisdom. I will offer you my heart and my soul and all of my, energy work that I can help tune in, and we will see what comes through. We will see what emerges, and we will allow this space to become whatever it wants to be and whatever it is needing to become in this community. And so really the offering is this community where you show up again once a month. The details will all be included, but I think we have the third Wednesday of every month, and the time zone. It doesn't matter where in the world you are. If you can show up and carve out this time and really be present for it, I'm really curious what you can take from it and who you can become on the other side of it. And it's just the beginning. I really want to see what this becomes and what the needs are and how I can best serve the collective and the community at a whole. And I'm really open to whatever that needs to be for you. And so I would love you to come. I'm really excited about this. I'm really prioritizing and making space in my own life so that I can give to everyone and not just to the individual in this way. And I hope you'll join if it resonates, and just tap into your heart, listen, and also just come. If you don't know and you're not sure, then come and notice how you feel. Notice what you get. Notice how expanded you are. And then I hope you'll stay. And so my invitation is to this new collective that is emerging, that I am hosting, that I am holding, for healing, for evolution, for growth, for community, for connection, for intimacy, for this relational framework that we really do need to heal in. It's time to hold this space, and I hope you will come. And I'm so looking forward to seeing what shows up and who shows up and how I may serve you. Thank you so much. I am looking so forward.